A Hughes Brothers toasted rye whiskey that collaborated with Kelvin Cooperage. All right, guys, so this is a Hughes Brothers 6-year toasted barrel-proof rye whiskey that was done in collaboration with Kelvin Cooperage. Again, this one is non-chill filtered, comes in at 114.5 proof. Let's get in the nose. First two things I get on this is it's almost like a burnt marshmallow. That's like a little bit of char, some marshmallow, and then there's a lot of kind of vanilla bean on this one. It could be from, again, that collaboration with Kelvin Cooperage. It was finished in medium toast barrels. Yeah, a lot of marshmallow sweetness. There is, again, that like vanilla bean kind of sweetness to it. There is a little bit of that char, which I'm sure is from the that medium toasted, being finished in the medium toasted barrel. But then there's also like this candied kind of citrus peel that I get. It's like a candied kind of orange peel, lemon peel. It's very sweet, but again, there is that there is kind of that toasted kind of influence. Again, it's almost like you just kind of burnt up a little bit of like some marshmallow there. There is some of that char kind of influence. Again, that candied kind of lemon peel, kind of orange peel to it, and there's also some sweetness like from like a vanilla bean. It's got a beautiful nose to it, guys. Let's get in the palate. Cheers. That has some really nice mouthfeel to it. So again, there's a lot more citrus on the palate than I thought there was going to be. There's a lot of orange, there's a lot of lemon, but that work with like the Kelvin Cooperage, you do get like there's again a really nice mouthfeel, some like really nice viscosity to it, but the orange and the lemon or almost like you kind of it almost like you put like a lighter under it for 10 seconds. Like it just has that little bit of like that burnt kind of taste to it, like a burnt kind of lemon peel or a burnt orange peel, kind of that combination of which. Middle of the palate, you definitely start to pull out some of that rye. With it being a 95.5 rye, you're going to get that. It's not overwhelming though. It's a beautiful kind of rye flavor there that just it really starts at the front of the palate and then like hits the middle of the palate. And as it gets to the back, like that marshmallow kind of sweetness that I was getting on the nose, I'm actually starting to get that more on the back of the palate. Like it starts to get very, very sweet the further you go back, but there's also some of that kind of like toastiness to it too. That's really good. Let's get a second sip. Yeah, again, stayed very consistent. A lot of consistent flavor with that, with those, with that lemon, that orange. Again, just like almost like slightly kind of burnt, but you're getting that on the palate. And then there's like that toasted kind of marshmallow really now starts to make its appearance there on the middle of the palate, and it does kind of transition down, kind of pulls that flavor down into the back, and into the back there is a very, very subtle kind of clove note. But again, it's like everything almost has like that little bit of like char to it, like that little bit of burn to it. It's not overdone, but it's just like everything kind of has that toasty kind of feel to it. Again, beautiful display of that toasted like those kind of like burnt kind of orange peels and lemon peels. A lot of citrus on this one. Really nice viscosity to it. Nice kind of finish. I think it drinks its proof, 114 proof. But it really kind of lingers around the palate for a little while. Like more of the citrus and some of that kind of like sweetness of that marshmallow have just like a very nice like combination of both. So you're getting that fruitiness, you're getting that sweet, and then that 95% rye is really just kind of sitting across the center of the palate there. It's still kind of maintained. It hasn't really kind of gone anywhere yet. Beautiful mouthfeel on this one. Man, that was really nice. That's a fantastic rye whiskey. Let's get a last sip, guys. Cheers. The more I sip this, the more those toasted notes start to kind of come out. Again, there's it really hasn't evolved into too much, but the flavors are becoming more and more pronounced. That kind of burnt lemon and that burnt kind of like orange peel. Again, it's not super burnt, but it's just like you just started to kind of light it, almost like you'd put in like an old fashioned. And then that rye spice really just kind of sits across the center of the palate with that like toasted marshmallow. You just started to kind of burn a marshmallow, like that kind of sweetness to it. And then it's that, that rye, the rye actual, like the flavor, the spice is just sitting there across the center of the palate, and it just kind of sticks, kind of saturates itself in. Then as it goes down, that rye kind of pulls down with some of that sweetness from that marshmallow. Again, there's like that mingle of some of those fruits in there. There's like a little bit of some clove there, like into the finish as it kind of goes down. This is a beautiful rye whiskey. I mean, this is really, really good. Very, very good rye whiskey. I love how like nothing is dominating the other flavors. Like they're all kind of consistently there, right? Like they just become more pronounced. Like it's just more kind of in your face, sip after sip after sip, and I really like that. Again, another hell of a release here, guys, from Hughes Brothers. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Joe Graves for finding this bottle here for me to review on the channel. Again, very, very nice bottle here by Hughes Brothers. Again, in collaboration with Kelvin Cooperage. I think they really nailed this bottle. This is a beautifully toasted rye whiskey. Again, 95.5. You do get the rye spice, you do get the rye flavor, but you also get a ton of like marshmallow. You get a lot of lemon. You get a lot of lime that has like a little bit of that like a little bit of like burnt kind of character to it. Again, just it really it saturates the palate very, very well. Again, very well done here, guys, by Hughes Brothers. So if you're looking for more reviews like this, hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. Till next time, guys, stay dusty.